So how do you check why your application is being queried and how do you resolve it? Just click on that query here. Once you click on it, it will open this tab for you here. It will open this tab for you. Now you can see it clearly here that this is the status of your application that is being queried, and they later state it here that the reason for them to query this application is simply because they expect you to fill in my occupation as business. So this simply means I fill in the wrong information there. So that is why they queried it. So how do you resolve it now?
So alright guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel, and if this is your first time of seeing a content like this is the voice of Zionhublogistics. So here we talked about everything that have to do with e-commerce, how you can make money online, and most especially on main importation business, right? So what you want to do to join our community is by clicking on that subscription button. Just click on it. It is free to subscribe, right? So in a quick one, I'm going to be talking about how to resolve a queried registration on CAC. Now on your home screen, you can easily see that I managed to reserve a whole lot of names here. I reserved 2 names. So out of the 2 names, I wanted to register 1. So during the process, CAC now queried my certificate. They queried my registration simply because there was an error there. So in a very quick one, this is what I'm going to be sharing with you, how you can resolve the error. Then once I've been able to resolve it, it will move back to the pending approval here, right? So now what normally causes the query is the fact that there are some issues, like when you submitted an application for a CAC registrations, they might likely to ask you some necessary things and expect you to maybe upload some documents, or you fill in the right thing at the right place. Maybe during the process when you are doing it, you make the mistake, and this might also leads to them querying your registration, right? So the query might falls under different um category, right? So they might query your registration. I'm going to be showing you how you can check why your this thing is being queried. So let's dive into it properly. Now this is where you will go once you applied for a CAC certificate registration and it is being queried. You will see it here that the application is being queried, right? So now let me zoom in. You can see I'm doing everything on my mobile phone. I've already recorded a video on how you can apply for what CAC certificate. There are just 2 videos, how you can do it yourself without paying any agent.
I'm also going to be leaving that video on how you can do it yourself under the description button of this tutorial. So do want to check it, right? And it's also going to be showing after you watch this video to the very end. So you can go and learn it, how to do it properly there, if there is any way you are doing the mistake, right? So that having been said, once your application is being queried on CAC, it will move to queried where you are seeing 1 here. So how do you check why your application is being queried and how do you resolve it? Just click on that query here. Once you click on it, it will open this tab for you here. You can see now that this is the business name that I registered. I tried to register, right? This is the name here, and this was the date I submitted it, right? April 10th, 2024, right? And it was approved maybe within 2 days. So they now later queried it. Like they approve after I reserve the name, they approve it in the next 2 days, and at the process of me doing the normal registration, it was queried. So now to check the reason why it was queried and how do you resolve it is very fine. This is how to go about it. Just click on query history here. This is where you are going to be seeing why the application is being queried and how to resolve it, right? So you are going to click on it. So clicking on it will open this tab for you. Now you can see it clearly here that this is the status of your application that is being queried, and they later state it here that the reason for them to query this application is simply because they expect you to fill in my occupation as business. So this simply means I fill in the wrong information there. So that is why they queried it. So how do you resolve it now? Let's quickly read what they told us to do here. They said under this side here, they give us an instruction. They said go to your account dashboard and click on edit profile to change occupation to business for sole proprietorship and presenter. You can see it's as very simple and straightforward. That is why our application is being queried, because we filled the wrong information under our business, right? So we are going to close it now. Let's close it and go and do the needful. So after you close it, it will still redirect you to this page here. So now what do? Just come to your dashboard. You can go to your dashboard, or you come to where you have your username here. This is your username, so it will take you directly to your profile. Once you click on it here, you can see here that it has already taken me to my profile. So they told us to come to under this occupation and description of what I do. So they now instructed us to do what? To input business there. So this is how to do it. It's very, very simple. In some cases, it might be your this thing, your city. They might say, okay, that address is not correct. Go and correct it. Just listen to that instruction there. So what do we do now? You just want to click on the business description here. So once I click on the business description here, I'll just try to zoom out and change everything to business. Then I will save it. So let me just erase all this information here. Then I'll change it to business, right? So once I change that to business, I will zoom out, and then what I will do here is to come back here and click on save and continue. I will save the information and continue. So that is what I will do shortly. So I'll click on save, right? So it has been saved already. After you must have saved it now, you want to go back to the query, right? You want to go back to it and click on it. So once you click on it, it will take you back here. So you now mark it as resolved. This simply means that what they told you to do, you have go ahead and do it. It's as very simple as that. So you click on mark as what? Mark is as resolved. So I'm going to click on mark as resolved now, and you can see that is loading. So once it loads, it will do what? You can see it here now that it says no record found. So the application will go back to the review session, right? Where we have pending as well. You can see it here. It has moved back to pending and approval. So it's as very simple and straightforward like that. If they queried your application, is something you can easily do yourself, even without consulting anybody. But if you still have something that you know that, okay, this thing is beyond what I can do, you can contact us. You can consult us on any issues you're having on your CAC issue, or you're having issue with Schoolmen or anything, right? We'll be able to attend to you, right? So we've come to the end of this video for today's tutorial. If you find value in watching this very tutorial, please do what to like the video, share it, and also comment, right? So I will definitely see you in my next tutorial.